glory, praises, and honors to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
the honors to the elder apostles, great millstone who rule well. And salutation, much love to y'all out there pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. Brothers from Great Millstone Tampa back, another lesson Lord's will is going to be edifying to the hopeful elect. And we're just gonna go into the spirit. Um, get what is that? John, I think it's John. You are the father of the devil. I think it's John 8 maybe around there. But yeah, man, because the Esau, he's the well. Let's read it. Because this dude's a bullshitter and he lies about everything, man. What don't he lie about? It's a shorter list, you know. Man, this brother Mayum did a video on the maps and shit last couple weeks ago. And lo and behold, this nigga's every week something coming out to expose this devil. And it's all starting to link together. It's like, yeah, okay, this ain't can't be all conspiracy. Well, it's all conspiracy, whatever, but it ain't theories. These are facts. Okay, and Esau has lied. Remember, the Lord allowed him to go and deceive the nations. So you think he ain't gonna lie about what he teaches you in school, right? He got a curriculum. Whether you learn at school, reading, which he teaches you how to do that, but not comprehend. He teaches you math, which is that we're coming to find out that's a bunch of bullshit too. Like the Pythagorean theories and the trigonometry, all that's a bunch of bullshit. With science, we know that he lies about that, right? It's all theories. So everything that modern day science is run off of is called theories. They call them scientific theories, or they even call it what is it? The niggas that deal with space. It's like space theoretical physicist, a theoretical physicist. So he's a physicist that does nothing but make theories, which is a theory, something that hasn't been proven. But go ahead and get that book, got it?
John 8:44. And it reads, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and bought and bound not in the truth, because there is no truth in him.
There you go, man. There is no truth in this devil. He lies about everything, man. At this point, we're coming to realize the more, that's why the scriptures say, oppression maketh the wise man mad. Because the more you find out how much you're being oppressed, man, you're like, damn, this nigga literally lies about everything, man. Pseudoscience, all right? Everything is ass backwards, and is contrary to the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. If everybody was and that's why when the righteous are authority, everyone's going to rejoice, because we're going to be walking in the words of Yahweh Shem Shai perfectly, and everything else is just going to fall in line, and in truth is going to abound. All right, because right now the only people that have the truth that pertains to anything really right now is the truth of Yahweh Shem Shai, salvation. Yeah, because you got this dude, what's his name, Terrence Howard. He watching this dude and he coming out with some good points, but that knowledge ain't gonna get you delivered. The knowledge he's going into, we gonna get, how everything works, the elements, all right, we're gonna be able to levitate, so that we're gonna have all that information. But the information we need to be spreading right now is the gospel, all right, the good news, salvation, instruction, through the fear of the Lord will persuade men. That's why the scriptures say this right here in where is it? In I think it's Thessalonians, or is it Timothy, 1 Timothy 6:10. It says, "O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. Avoid profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called." Yeah, we're not. Yeah, it's good. Obviously, yeah, it piques our interest. But we know that it's going back and forth about that is not going to get us anywhere. All right, let me go ahead. Somebody got something?
Yeah,
GT.
I got a 2 Corinthians 10:4. It says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the Most High, against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach." And this is what, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, the prophets have been given the ability to think outside of the norm. to have a different thought process
Understanding.
than the rest of the majority. So when we come and we go out here to teach, when we're preaching, all right, whether it's on the highways and byways, whether it's on a video, is to break down the normal way of thinking.
Strongholds.
Because the normal way of thinking has been bounded, it's been restricted, and it's been, like I said, it's been exalted against the knowledge of the Most High, man. The imaginations,
Right.
okay?
And that's why Esau is got everybody on such a low vibration, because he knows these things of how things work. You're the only idiot, you know, our people mainly. We're the only people that have no idea of how, you know, how the earth's supposed to be working.
And Esau understands it, but he knows
He don't-
about it,
yeah,
but
he
he don't
don't
fully
yeah,
understand it.
exactly.
That's why he keeps studying these
And
things.
he hides it too, because he don't want no one else. If he can't figure it out, then he don't want you even, you know, checking up on it. You know, and that's why here it is that thousands of years ago we was able to build huge pyramids. You know, all these mega structures with no equipment, right? Like we see today.
That have
To
been
this
staying to this day, but you got bridges.
You got
50,
your
40 years old that fall apart.
Well, you got your house might be 10 years old, or apartment might be brand new, and the fucking window seals falling down already. Look, they paved the street last week and already got potholes in it again. So this technology that this devil is showing us is not the pinnacle of technology. Clearly, it's lost knowledge. All right, because even by this time, the time when Yahushua was on the scene, it was on low vibration. And again, what was he going into? The vibrations or the sounds manifest into reality. You know, into light. And what is light? This is what you see. So we have that understanding. So when he's talking about these things and it's flying over people's heads, we're able to understand what he's saying because we're going through it biblically. Like, yeah, that's it. We got that understanding biblically. And then now he's saying that it's just solidifying what we already knew from the scriptures.
Real quick, this is Sirach 10:4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
One that's profitable, that's going to allow access to everyone to have this knowledge. Right? Because again, Esau, if this dude was able to find out this information, you know, which obviously the Lord had to be opening his mind up to get this information. But nonetheless, you know, you gotta be able to share this knowledge, because again, Tesla was onto this, you know, and that what they do with him, you know, he was trying to. There's a ways for everything will be free, but nope, that's not gonna profit Esau. So he want to make sure, because he don't fully understand it, but he got some kind of idea, you know, but it's not for him to understand it. Those things are for ultimately us, the elect, because they were the ones that helped Yahushua create the earth. How do you think they created the earth? The hammers? Remember, there was nothing, a void. But what brother said earlier, how the Lord just spoke Yahushua into existence, and that's what the dude's going into. How sounds become realities, and it makes sense because we're singing a song, aren't we? What song are we singing? And that's about to manifest itself. So we're changing the vibrations of this earth. Whether you want to accept that or not, we're physically, through what we're saying, the words of the Lord are changing the vibrations of this earth.
That's why throughout all these years, you know, just, you know, in the time that we've been in this truth, you know, we've seen the thought process of people change into what the men of the Lord have been saying from years ago.
And that's why it's important to watch what you say and watch what you ask for. Remember, I sent a video out the other night. He did a video about the English language. Why? Because when you speak that, it's a sound. So you're careful with what you say. Even the Lord said that, man. It's not what goeth into a man, it's what's coming out. What's coming out of you, when you say, not your poop. You know, it's that sound that's going to come out your mouth. And they've done studies. I'm telling you, like my mom said, this nigga studies these shit. They did a study where they put music next to a bowl of water. And they put heavy metal music, and the water was all like confusion and shit, just chaos. But they put a symphony on, and it was perfect circles coming out, you know, perfect harmony coming from the water. The waves were perfect. Then they did the same thing with plants. They put some gangster music over here, let the plants grow, and they put some classical music over here. The plant with the gangster rap music withered away, but the music with the symphony or the classical music that it grew. You know, it sprouted quickly. So what does that mean? What is that going to show you? Words have power. The scripture tells us that. That word, you know, the tongue is what? Is a deadly member. You got it?
I got one for you. Proverbs 18 and 21.
And that's like real quick. That's why Esau plays on your minds all day through sounds. You don't even know you're being bombarded, but you're being bombarded all day from what you see, and especially when you hear, because you'll say things. Because I used to study this, right? You before I came to the truth, there's certain things you can say to put ideas in people subliminally. They don't even know what you're doing. Esau does that every day. You know, they show you that in the movie They Live. Obey, obey. But what's even more important is them sounds. You know, they didn't show that aspect. They kind of alluded to it.
They had the antenna putting out the frequency.
Yeah, that's right.
Saying obey.
Yeah, you're right. Because when he put the glass on, he could hear that. You're right. Yep. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, Proverbs 18.
That's why they were all at that building with the antenna.
The news station. They're at the news station. Yep.
Pushing out that frequency.
Exactly. Because Esau knows these things, how frequencies work. Hertz, he got a hertz. It's called the hertz frequency. Yep. And guess what? At a certain frequency, that sound starts to become where you can see it. That's why there's a spectrum that you can see on that. There's, you know, they can tell you X-ray, you know, ultraviolet, and then there's a whole scale, but we can only see this much through the human eye. Go ahead.
Proverbs 18 and 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof.
Yeah, the good, the good message, and that's what we're spreading, the gospel. So we're literally, because what it say, you shall hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way." Esau knows. He studied this, man. He'll put random sounds, and you're like, "What the fuck is that noise?" It's bugging you out. It's bugging people out, man. What the fuck is that? This random noise is bugging people out. Nigga, alarm. Your alarm. You ruined your day already.
Sirens.
Yep, sirens. These are ungodly sounds, man. That's some shit you hear in a horror movie. You got more on that?
I got a quick fact, brother. Go right with it. Sirach, Ecclesiastes chapter 28, verse 12. If thou blow the spark, it shall burn. If thou spit upon it, it shall be quenched. And both these come out of thy mouth. So that's brother going to, saying, we got to speak life, man. And that's what scripture say, be not concerned how the ungodly should be punished and win, but be concerned how the righteous should be saved. So that's what we got to. That's what our concern is, that salvation. That's why we got to be speaking. Salvation ain't all about cursing the white man out, man. We here for the elect, and that's what we got to speak about. And that's how we got to live. That's how we got to walk.
And our people, they when they were closer to the Most High, they were sought after. Because we had understanding of these things, and people, even heathens, would hold us in high accounts. I get it real quick. It's in the book of Daniel. I think it's chapter 1. Let's see here. This is Daniel, because you know a wise man by the way what he say. A fool, you gonna know him because he say anything. Yeah, this is Daniel 1, and I'll start at 3. It says, and the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and of the king's seed, and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored, and skillful in all wisdom, and cunning in knowledge, and understanding science, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach learning in the tongue of the Chaldeans. So Esau does that. He wants the best and brightest of our people because he knows that we're capable of. And that's why it's not shocking that this dude Terrence Howard's coming out with this information that Esau is trying to discredit him for. But because Esau, the king, the Babylonian king at this time, right, which were Assyrians, they wanted, which now Esau's the Babylonian, but now they're doing the same shit. But they're the ones in charge of the science and the knowledge. And if it's not coming from them, then it ain't true. But well, didn't we read that there is no truth in them? Yeah. So you gotta question everything this nigga says, man. At this point, you gotta fact check this nigga. Like he like to say fact checkers on Google. You gotta fact check this dude. Fact check the fact checkers. How about that? Because Esau, man, this nigga will make shit up, and then the whole world believing it.
I got something to back you up. Just the book. You got something?
Yeah, just going.
You bring it up. Okay.
Just going into what the brother was saying about Esau Edom, because ultimately he wants the whole world to believe that he's the Most High, and usher in his new world order. This is real quick. This is 1 John 3:20. For if our heart condemn us, the Most High is greater than our heart and knoweth all things. That's what Esau Edom wants to be. He wants to be in that particular position, not that he knoweth all things.
And if it doesn't benefit his enterprise, then that he will omit, and that's why he has the pseudoscience. Because the Lord, he created this earth for it to prosper. Everything should be in abundance. However, through the management of the devil and the other heathens too, but everything has gone the opposite way. Everything's supposed to work in tandem. Everything from the plants to the animals to the people, everything is supposed to work in tandem. But this nigga separates everything.
There's a system. System of programs that were set to work all together. That's how Esau has his technology. It's a bunch of different.
Which is not even his. Right. We're coming to find out this shit that he claims is his is not even his. The virtual reality. Apparently, this nigga invented it. Terrence Howard. He got the patent and everything to prove it. And then you go to the website, the patent website. It shows all the companies that have used his patent because he let it go. He abandoned the patent, so now anybody can use it. And guess what companies are under? Microsoft, Amazon, Sony, Philips, HP, all the big companies that come out with VR and all this shit. Guess where they got it from? The Jake. So even Esau's, bro, he's a fucking liar. And that you think he said he ain't got one penny from virtual reality. And it's let's say 8 billion or no, $7 trillion that they made off of that patent that he made in 2010. Go ahead.
I got something. This is the book of Psalms.
Was that it?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Yeah, Esau don't want you to know the power that of this knowledge. That's why he has hidden it. They call themselves the Illuminati. Them niggas know. There's certain things on this earth that work with everything. It's all connected. And Esau don't want you to know that. He just wants you to be stupid, all right, and not even worry about it. You don't even, because you're supposed to be at one with nature, and but no, you gotta make sure you got your shoes. Don't walk on the grass. Don't ground yourself to the earth, right? Because because what? Don't we have electricity in us? You ever went to reach for a door handle and it sparks? Well, guess what? That's why Esau wants you to wear shoes all the time. Because when there's electricity, there needs to be a ground for the circuit to connect. So how you gonna ground if you got shoes on all the time? Concrete everywhere. Stay off the grass. And if you are on the grass, I've been trying this lately. When I take the dogs for a walk, I take my shoes off at the park and just walk around on the grass for a bit. But even just that, it's like, damn, nigga die about that. So he don't give you the understanding of why it's important to get those negative ions out of you. Then you just negative all the time, nigga. Not a balance. You're not balanced. You're just negative. All this negative energy in you. And then you're all mopey and shit. Energy's real, man. That frequency, all that is real. So we can't physically see it, but it's real. Women are in tune with it more than most men, but it's the vibe. I know what you mean by that. It's the sounds that she's hearing. That's what she means, which is the vibrations. Good. Got it.
This is real quick. Isaiah 5 and verse 20. It says, Woe
woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And that goes into that confusion, which goes into mingling. That mixing and mingling is going to these philosophies. It's ultimately, as just going to that point, that Esau wants to be taking, what the credit as being the Most High, the creator of all things, the things that you see, touch, feel. He wants to have control over that. Again, going to woe, which means destruction. Why? Because woe not the author of confusion. He made it crystal clear the operation of things, how it's already set up. I know you watched me on Netflix. That documentary, about the Earth systems. How everything literally it complements each other. One animal dies. It's in Lion King, the circle of life.
Exactly.
And it just works.
Even the environmental systems, the way they work, they work in tandem with each other. The reason why there's hot and cold is because there's a particular reason why those the way the winds work, the way the ocean currents work, it's all for a reason.
And Esau's lying to you about why they do what they do. He'll say, "Oh, it's global warming." Nigga.
The earth is trying to correct itself.
Yeah, exactly. You're destroying it, and just like your body will fight against the sickness, so the earth is fighting against the sickness. So eat them. That's what it is.
Yeah. A quick one. Wisdom of Solomon 13, verse 1. It says, "Surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of the Most High, and could not, out of the good things that are seen, know him that is."
That's why Esau wanted to change your DNA, so you can't even have the possibility of accessing into this kind of information that the Spirit had given us at one point, and then we lost. And it all started when Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden. It was a decline from there. But at least we still had some kind of that information, even in slavery, under the Egyptians. To be able to build the pyramids and the Sphinx, which that might be a lie too. Did we? Was there even Sphinx back then? Shit. Or did they, you know what I'm saying? I seen some pictures the other day. They were doing that, so hey, I wouldn't put it past Esau at this point, man. This nigga just lie about everything.
Yes. That's one of the reasons why, as it says in Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. That's one of the reasons why we're destroyed, because not only we like the truth, but Esau then had the truth to manipulate knowledge to telling us lies. To the point that we, our people as a nation, don't know what is the right way, because he done put out so many mixture of bullshit and wicked philosophies to throw us off, that now when the truth is right in our people's face, they can't get it, because they just been spiritually defiled with confusion,
Get tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine.
Yep.
Don't know what to believe. And if you might believe something wholeheartedly, and it's a complete lie. Fabricated out of thin air. It's like, what did they say in the movie Wolf of Wall Street? It's pixie dust. Doesn't exist. That's the majority of things people believe today. It's not real. Remember, in the Matrix, they talk about it's a simulated reality. Well, you living in a simulated reality. The simulated reality is your life. It's not real. This is not how you're supposed to be living. That's what I mean by this. I'm not saying that you're somewhere plugged into a machine. I mean that this is not the way of living. This is not real. This is a facade that's been put over the earth through the beast that was prophesied to go and deceive the nations, to the point where he can just say anything and people will believe it.
I'll finish it. Let me read it again. Wisdom of Solomon 13, verse 1. "Surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of the Most High, and could not, out of the good things that are seen, know him that is." And he's going through the God, this word has done it. It says, "Neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the work master." So they always say, "Oh, nature," or "the universe," or "the cosmos." They'll never actually give credit to where it's due. And that tries to take away power from the Most High. His omnipotency. Saying, "Oh, we don't need God. This is why this happened. This is why that happened. This, that, A, B, C." Trying to use what was heard earlier, the science so-called.
And that's how science is up, but which science means knowledge, but math. Don't he throw that in there? ABC squared equals XY to the third power. Or what? Solve for Y. And then you just sit there at school. I don't know what the fuck is this shit. like, how's this gonna help me in life anyway? Like, X, Y, Z, and plus X. Like, that shit not gonna help me at life at all.
Yeah, that goes into numerology, which is witchcraft, which the Chaldeans were known for that big time in ancient Babylon. You look up Chaldean numerology, you know, it goes into predictions. You can use a certain kind of formula to.
And that's what it is. It's theoreticals and probabilities. That's what Esau. His whole system is based on theoretical and probability, or we're gonna round it up, or averages. Yep. He's not telling you, you know. Yeah, he just in a roundabout way, you know, get to it, but he's not. So because you can't. It's either truth or it ain't. Well, if you change it, it's no longer the truth. And so if you change anything of it, then it's not really math anymore. That's what I'm saying. It's all fake. Starting to realize that you're living in the matrix. It's not real.
Spirit.
False.
I got a quick one. Romans 3:13 in the NOT. It says, their talk is foul like the stench from an open grave.
Damn. That's how they say your talk. What is
They
it?
said their talk.
Damn. Close your mouth. You shit stink. Good.
Because in the KJV it says their throat is an open sepulcher, you know, which is a grave, right? It says with their tongue they have used deceit. The poison of asphers is under their lips.
And goes into the serpent, you know, because you know, this I forgot what Elder did. It's a breakdown in Revelation 2nd chapter. That faithful martyr, Antipas, you know, going to Satan's seat, which is going to Pergamos, where they, you know, the rod of the skeptic. How's it go, man?
The Catholic Church.
The God of healing, so it's, you know.
And the Vatican, yeah, that goes back to the staff of Moses, or the rod of Moses.
Yeah.
But if you look at the Vatican, I forgot, the hall, something hall, it's a serpent. It looks like a serpent. What's it called?
The Vatican Hall.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like a serpent inside. With the tongue and the eyes and shit. What the hell? He ain't even heard it no more. And what's the Pope gonna tell you? He gonna co-sign that false science.
Yeah, with that Dagon outfit on.
Yep. Which what Dagon who's mainly worshipped by?
Philistines.
The Babylonians, yeah. So there you go, man. And Chaldeans and all that, because what we read in Daniel, they were saying, get the best and brightest of them jakes, and we're gonna teach them our ways. You know.
Yep. Back in Romans 3:13 in the NOT, it says, their talk is foul like the stench from an open grave. Their tongues are filled with lies. Snake venom drips from their lips. Their mouth are full of curses, cursing and bitterness.
He still hurt from selling out. And now he wants you to sell out. You know? He's still weeping. You know, he's mad. As soon as the pops die, I'm gonna get him. Still hurt to this day. And well, the average Edomite, they don't know why they hurt, but they still hurt. They hate you niggas in spigs for no, they think it's for no reason. Yeah. No, it's because they deep down inside, they know, you know, their progenitor sold their birthright. And now they left them abandoned too. Amalek left y'all to hang out high and dry. And again, who's in charge of all these things that we're coming to find out are all lies? Amalek. At the top of the education system. We brought it out at camp, I believe it was the year 1902, J.D. Rockefeller gave all that money to the educational board so they could teach what he wanted. That's Google. You can Google that.
Nation of workers, not thinkers.
Yep, exactly, because the school was in public.
But who are the ones that have come up with inventions and all this other shit? People who have the thought process to think outside the box.
And most of them are Jakes.
Yeah, exactly.
Even Tesla, that was an Israelite, man. No fucking Edomite. First of all, Edomites don't create things; they destroy things. Second of all, if he created something to help have free power, he sure as hell wouldn't have told nobody. You know, that's why they took him out. What does it say? He died of accident or some bullshit like that? Yeah, okay. Just like the plane fell out the sky, or the helicopter in Iran fell out of the sky, right, in the midst of the fog. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Back in Romans 3:15 in the NOT, it says, they rush to commit murder.
Hey, he's speedy. You call him because somebody robbed you, he'd be there in about 3 hours. But when he's going up to what say commit murder,
Yep.
he'll be there on scene, quick. Nigga flooring it on the way there.
Destruction and misery always follow them.
And if that ain't the devil or this the self-proclaimed white man, then who's this talking about? Yep. I mean, you could say it's our people too, but they're not the wicked. You know, they're just being led by the devil right now. That's why the Lord said you fought the devil. He's going after his ways, man. And now in 2024, shit, it's been thousands of years of Esau whooping your ass. You know. Well, considering all his kingdoms, Greeks, Romans, and now the Roman 2.0. Right.
Verse 17, they don't know where to find peace. They have no fear of the Most High at all.
That's why they changed everything up. But they don't fear the Lord. They like Brother read earlier, they want to be like the Most High. They saying they got it. There's no fear in them. That's why they changed that. They have changed all the ways of how you should be living. So like that, you go towards the opposite way of the Lord.
Good. That's it.
You got something, man?
No, I mean, it really just, brothers brought it out earlier, that John 8:44, and at the end of that verse it says he's the father of it, meaning of lies. This devil, man, he's created all the way of thinking for the entire world. This damn devil has created. This is again going into that the brother Isaiah brought it out earlier. This man has set himself up as the Most High. He's giving you the way that you should think, the things that you should believe in.
And the knowledge.
Yeah.
It's his knowledge or no knowledge.
Yeah. And that's why in the next verse, in that verse 45, it says, "And because I tell you the truth, you believe me not." Why? Because you have your father. You believe him. You don't believe the truth, the actual truth.
And the world's been distorted. What they say, truth is stranger than fiction.
Mm-hmm.
So when people hear the truth, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Because they drunk off the wine.
Yep.
You're talking to a nigga with a 40 ounce in his hand. He drunk, man. He can get it. You trying to break down arithmetic to a nigga that's drunk. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, that's why it says in 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, if our gospel be hidden, it's hidden to them that are lost, because the God of this world has blinded the minds of them who believe in not.
And how he blinded them with the lies, fabricated truths, okay, that he says.
Yep.
That's how the Lord has allowed Esau to lie to you, because he deceived you. He deceived you with the bullshit that he comes up with, man. Every day there's some new gender being added to the spectrum. Because he said so. Well, actually, no. It's about time for Esau to shut the hell up, man.
So look at it like this.
Yeah.
With your head cut to the left at a certain degree.
Right.
33.
Well, see, if you look here, the earth is clearly flat.
And even then, it's still probabilities, man. Again, brothers that know my background, I went to school and studied math. That was one of the topics that I excelled in. And in all the mathematical shit, it was always, you had to collect information. You had calculators that would give you a bunch of answers for one equation. And it'd just be a whole graph of different answers of probabilities of what it could be. Yep. And you'd be sitting there and you have to record all this data down.
It's bullshit.
It's like, damn.
It's not real. It doesn't apply to anything. What the fuck does this equation apply to?
Matter of fact, because in most of the classes that I was taking, there was a lot of nurses in there. A lot of people that are going for medical shit, because a lot of their so-called information or their science is based on probability. That's why they have to come out with these commercials that says this could happen.
Disclaimer.
The disclaimers, because that saves their ass, because it's not going to work for everybody. There's still a probability that you could have this adverse reaction to this shit, because it's all based on statistics. And the way that they do it is they put in this information to a computer, and the computer spits back out probabilities to them of what could, and it's a computer, it's not, and that's why then they move on to human trials after the computing happens.
So it's all theory. Again, it's all theory. Even in math or science, hell, they're reading shit they teach you. Because really, that's the only 3 subjects that you really need. What else they teach you at school?
That's why engineering is one of the top fields because it involves math
Which is
and the probabilities of this and
Which
that.
that is a very simple math they use in engineering.
Right.
Right? Because I did that engineering. I took an engineering class in high school. We used CAD and all that. But it's back. I don't know. If they probably got fancier shit now. But it's math. Simple math. 5 feet plus another 5 feet. It ain't equations for engineering, man. Math is supposed to be truth. It's supposed to be simple. It is what it is. It says what it says. You shouldn't have to figure out what it is. You know, math is supposed to be simple. I got $1. You got $1. I guess we got $2. You know what I'm saying? They're not that okay. Solve for X. That ain't math. That's witchcraft, like brother mentioned earlier. This them equations that this nigga, the nigga, the Manhattan Project. Watch the movie The Oppenheimer again. Nigga scribbling bunch of bullshit on the board, man. That's like Satan's language. Nigga, all them fucking random ass letters and numbers somehow led to nuclear destruction. Good Lord. That's Satan's language. Algebra, they call it. Or whatever the hell. Bullshit. You know, what they call it, variables and he's talking about all these fancy terms, nigga, it's numbers, that's it. There ain't no nigga talking about integers and which negative, you got negative and positive, of course. But this nigga then goes above and beyond, man, with it. How many different maths are there? You got trigonometry, geometry, we can get down with that, which that's a lie too. Triangles and squares. Like show you've never seen a square in reality. Other than a square block that the devil made. Where have you've ever seen a square in your life from nature? A perfect square with perfect 90-degree angles and perfect straight lines. Nowhere. Even every single flower is different. It might be the same flower and they're all gonna be different. Snowflakes, they're all different. But here you got a perfect square every time. That's not real. This nigga is he's the liar and the father of it.
Yeah, that's what it says. Revelation the 12th chapter, the 9th verse. That's that old serpent, that dragon, who deceiveth the whole earth.
That serpent.
Yep.
That old serpent.
Yeah, that's the spirit. I got a quick one. 2 Thessalonians 2:9. It says, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let."
Yeah, the Lord's allowing this nigga to go crazy, bro. Just lie about everything. When you come into the truth, you're like, man, you've been lied to, the history's a lie. Man, that's just the scratch of the surface. That's like the sniff and scratch on the magazine. That you just get a sample of what this nigga's lying about. It's like the iceberg concept. When you see an iceberg out in the ocean, right? You only see about 10% of that block. And then the red 90% is under the water, you can't see. But that's why we gotta break the strongholds down, man.
You think about what's that one shit called the Mandela effect?
Oh yeah.
That's witchcraft, bro. You thought it was Boondocks and now it's Doc's Boom. Yeah, like I swear the cereal was Fruit Loops, now it's Fruity Loops.
Well, and that's the same thing with the globe. The globe that they show you, that's all distorted too. So again, this nigga lies about everything, man.
Back in 2 Thessalonians 2:7, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, shall consume with the spirit of his mouth."
The spirit of his mouth, not chiefly through his prophets, but even his own tongue is falling upon him. Even though it's Edomite saying it, it's still the spirit of the Lord exposing him. Good.
It says, "And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan."
Yeah, that word working goes to in the Greek energia. So he's coming in after the way the energy of Satan.
Literally.
Left hand, everything.
The frequency.
Yeah.
Satan has a frequency and it's a low one. Get you in that low state. Or that trance, in other words.
Carnal.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah. And it's a the state that it's in. It's a very fleshly state.
Yeah.
Like our people's caught up in that vibration, and it's commonly known to be trauma, because our people is caught up in misery. They caught up in pleasure,
Sickness.
sickness.
That's what that you bring sickness on yourself, man.
Yeah.
It's your vibrations, man.
Yep.
And Esau gonna make sure you keep that little vibration, so you will steady coming to him for the prescription.
Yeah.
The food you eat. Certain the reason why Jake gets food stamps and all that shit is a lot of that food has got low vibrations to it.
Government cheese.
Genetically created foods that don't have the natural order, you know, the natural vibration of the earth, which everything that comes from the earth. That's why when you eat whole foods, like they say,
It feel good.
you it gives you good and it gives you energy
Endorphins.
instead of
get
making you
released.
sleepy.
Like chocolate, you eat dark chocolate, you're supposed to get endorphins,
Right.
you know? You eating a Snickers bar now, you getting fucking diabetes, you know? Diabetes is what you get instead of endorphins. But again, everything is supposed to work in tandem. The Lord made this place perfectly, and the way that you're supposed to deal is the perfect way, you know, so everything works in harmony, man. But if one thing's off, then it's all gonna be off. You know, going back to that math. if it's not all 100%, then there's going to be an error in the calculator. You know?
When you do the Sudoku puzzle,
Mm-hmm.
if you pick one number in that wrong box, the
Fucks up the whole
puzzle's
thing,
done. You know?
Everything has to be in its perfect place and in its perfect order, and it all works together. Yes, and more of that.
Yep. Back in 2 Thessalonians 2:9, it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders.
And then lying wonders.
You can make it
Here it
look
is.
good.
It goes up.
I say you can make it look good, but it's a lie, you know?
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. You put syrup on a turd, but it's, don't make it pancakes. And that's Esau's lying wonders, man. He's able to just manipulate information, you know, at all times, 24/7. Now we got his AI. They just updated Google. Y'all seen that shit, right? The Google, every time you type something into Google, hey, here comes AI with some bullshit answer. Like, what the fuck?
AI.
Oh, yeah.
It'll give you the AI
Answer first and foremost. Yeah.
explanation, and then
But have you people been asking it questions and it just be giving, it would be spitting out stupidity. Like, this is not the answer to this. But again, Esau according to Esau, truth is variable. But math truth is supposed to be constant, right? If 2 is worth 2 today, it's gonna be 2 tomorrow, and 1 + 1 is still gonna be 2 tomorrow. It's never gonna change. But with Esau, it's variable. Well, if it's X, you need to solve for X, and then it is the probability, the statistics. You know, it's variable. He literally uses the words variable. But it's all for the variable. Well, isn't math supposed to be truth? How can there be a variable, or how can something be fickle in truth? It can't. Something's fickle, that means it's given to change. It can change. And Scripture say, unstable man, yeah. Or in that one as well, the double-minded man. You change up every day. You can't trust somebody like that. Okay, it's like going with the wind, you know. One day it's blowing this way, the next day it's blowing that way. That's confusion.
Going into that word, lying goes into the word pseudos in the Greek. Going, Salakia, give me 1 second. Which we know is pertaining to is pseudoscience. All right,
That's what it means. Yeah, pseudo just means false, yep. And then he is pseudo everything with Esau. Pseudo science, pseudo math, pseudo history. Pseudo everything, man. Pseudo life. Your life is pseudo.
Yep, it says pseudos. It says a lie, conscience, and intentional falsehood.
Intentional. Again, he lies intentionally, bro. This nigga, he has counsels to see what best lie they can come up with.
Yeah, he gives you what looks like a hamburger and tells you it's a hamburger, but it's genetically
Right.
It was created in a lab.
Yeah, you come back 3 weeks later, that bitch looked like it came out. You just came out from the drive-thru with it. The fuck?
Come on,
Is this a fucking Play-Doh or something?
It's a lamb burger, but it was it was created through some bacteria.
Right.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah, the cultured bacteria came a lamb burger from wheat that was genetically modified to make the patty. The sesame seeds that are on the bun are fake. The cheese ain't real, don't even melt. And the piece of lettuce was grown in dillo dirt. So this place is finished, man. If you don't know what dillo dirt is, go watch it, Google that. Maybe AI will help you out with that.
It says, in a broad sense, whatever is not what it seems to be.
Hey, and that's what the dude Terrence Howard was going into in the Joe Rogan podcast. He said their site was deceiving them, and that's why they were. Which in my he's not linking the scriptures to it, so he thinking that they were mistaken. Oh, because their site made they're going off their site. No, nigga, Esau was coming into power and he started changing everything. Is what it is. He don't have the. He's clearly the Lord's clearly unlocked or opened up his mind for whatever that knowledge is, but he don't have the truth. He can't link it to why is it happening. Who is this person? Who were the people lying about this, and they continue to this day to lie about it? He can't tell you that. He can tell you it's the people that pay for the governments and blah 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 blah. But he's not gonna tell you he's an Edomite, it's a devil, it's a white man. He ain't gonna tell you that. Good.
Yep. Back in 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 9 in the NLT. This man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. And that's exactly what this devil is declaring, man. You know, the counterfeit power of the Most High with his pseudoscience, with his transhumanism. You know, as he pretty much established the fourth industrial revolution, and he's establishing this AI technology or artificial intelligence. All right, he's trying to merge man with machine. Okay, he's trying to do miracles where you got paraplegic people being able to have the ability to be whole. Okay, he's trying to portray to be a savior. Okay, and that's that counterfeit power. Okay, that's like a counterfeit promise and covenant that he's trying to make with the people, and ultimately to what lead them down the path of receiving the MOTB spoken about in Revelation the 13th chapter. Because as this CBDC system manifests itself in it's about 98 different 98% of the world global economic system ready to go in that direction. All right, how are you going to be able to buy or sell inside of this new system that's going to be digital, where the paper money is going to be done away with? You're going to need a device, and that's that RFID chip spoken about in Revelations 13 and 16. Okay, no one's going to be able to buy or sell, save he that have the mark. Going into that word karagma, all right, going into karax, all right, that word karagma, we know it to be a stamp, okay, and karax is going into a state that hypodermic needle, the device they're going to use, the instrument they're going to use, right, to pretty much put the device in you. And going further into that word is grapho, which is pretty much letting you know what the device is going to have, which is going to be utilized to store information, your medical records, all right, your ID, all right, your money, okay. You're going to be able to open up your doors and turn on your lights. This is happening right now, gradually, right in front of you in certain countries. But this is that counterfeit power and miracles that this devil is manifesting in order for you to buy into his life and to serve him, okay.
Well, he did, and he's going back. What it really Esau is going back to is the Egyptian concept of you have to pay your way to the afterlife.
The token.
Yeah, you have to pay, and everybody's able to come in. That's an Egyptian concept, and what he's trying to do is set up a kingdom that you got to pay to get into, and by paying it means submitting to him. You know, by taking that chip.
Paying the price.
Yeah, paying the price. Exactly.
Which is again, going into Revelation. This is what he was sent out to do, man, to deceive the world. Revelation, what is that, 20?
Yeah, he's selling lies.
He's been let loose a little season to deceive the world, man. This is his job. He ain't doing nothing outside of his character.
And that's why he can't deceive the elect. Because we're like, nigga, we know you're supposed to do this. We're reading it to you.
Right, that's 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Least Satan shall get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. The Lord gave us the script. You're playing out, you're an actor in his movie. The scripture tell you that in Romans the 9th chapter. All right? He made vessels unto dishonor, and that's you damn devils, man. All right? So that's why we speaking with great boldness is the Spirit of the Lord that has given us the ability to see his movie, see his vision playing out. So how you going to deceive the elect? Lord's will we endure to the end, and we found amongst that number.
And the scripture said that he might deceive the very elect. If it were possible. But that's how close. That's how.
He's gonna get close.
That's how great. Yeah, that's how great in that deception he's gonna come. That we living in today, because we living in that great deception of Esau, man. But it's gonna get so strong, that deception, that if at all possible, the elect would even be deceived, man. Because it's gonna be just too much. And Esau has like the scriptures tell you in Daniel's, I believe that's chapter 8, that he's changed times and laws and all these other. How many things do you think Esau has changed to ultimately come to the point that we're at now, to where now everything so-called makes sense? Because you go back so far, everything's been changed. So now you get to where we're at now. It's like, okay, well, it makes sense.
Well, they say that's what they say. Well, a white lie leads to other lies. Just a white little lie. Well, he started lying here, and then questions started to be answered. Like, oh shit, now we gotta lie about that too. And there's a chain reaction to the point, like what I said, to make it make sense, to make it cohesive. Everything has to be a lie. You know. And that's why we stick out like sore thumbs, because we're the truth. Hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushai gave us the truth, you know.
Going into what brothers were talking about at camp yesterday, man. You know, the men of the Lord, we were set apart. We were made to be holy. Okay, we think different, we act different. We're completely different than everybody else, and you can't refute that, man. If you're a person who believes in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and you're believing in the truth and sincerity, you're doing what you're supposed to. You can look back at your life before you came to this truth, and you be like, man, there was something always about me that was different from everybody else. I was still a part of these cultures, I was still around these people and doing similar things, but in my mind, in my inner thoughts,
there was something else.
There was something different about, and you could tell, man. You could look at people now that you come into this truth. You can look back into your life, man, and look at the way that people moved, and be like, man, this is why I was never really 100% into all this, because your mind was always meant to be different than everybody else's, man.
And I remember, years before I came to truth, I used to, do some wicked shit, and then later that day, like, damn, man, feel bad about it, like, man, there gotta be a bigger purpose in all this shit, and then you find the truth, and you're like, yeah, this is what I've been searching for. Now it all makes sense. I'm still alive.
I'll grab this. I'll read a few, bring it back a little bit, but going to ultimately how this devil's attempt to try to overcome the Lord it's laughable. So Jeremiah 31 and verse 35.
Mediocre at best.
Jeremiah 31 and 35, it says, thus saith Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and the stars for a light by night, which provideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name. I'm gonna read on down, but the ordinance pretty much going to commandment, and the commandments are used to set things in order, like Rose went earlier about the order of things. It literally works because why? Because the Lord said it was good. What Allah, it was good. It was a perfect work. Nothing needs to be added, taken away from it. But here comes the devil trying to remix and reverb. Adding stuff, his secret sauce, which is ultimately destroying the earth, man. But
it's like that. What the scripture say? He said, "Bounds that man cannot pass." Because Esau got power to manipulate certain things, but then the Lord set things that he can't manipulate.
Yeah, imagine if Esau did have the power of what this dude was talking about. If he was able to harness the power that we're gonna have, what I'm saying? The earth would have been destroyed by now. Shit. Nigga would just be moving shit around with ease. And be moving whole countries and shit. Shit, the nigga do it on his maps when he's drawing. He physically do it because shit. If he could, he would. Shit. Don't put it past the devil.
He lies about that too, about reverse engineering chariots and things of that sort.
Yeah, chariot crashing in Mexico, New Mexico. Get the fuck out of here, man. You don't even. And again, and the dude goes into it. You know, flight. How Esau's flight can only go forward, back, and then take a turn, but it takes a minute for it to take a turn. You know. And then he's pretty much bringing out that this is the way, there's technology, which is the technology the chariots use. You know, stop on a dime, levitate, move, disappear, vanish from what you can see. It's not that it just poof, gone. No, it's just, you can't see them no more. That's why they can come in and come out at will. But they're able to. That's what I'm saying, man. This is such a higher understanding of everything that we're gonna receive. That's good. That we need the new bodies to fully understand everything. And we'll be the only ones to truly understand everything like that. You know, the Lord ain't gonna have us on the same. Here it is. We sacrificed all. We're gonna be on the same level of knowledge of everybody else. Absolutely not. Just like the Illuminati is more knowledgeable than as far as the Edomites, right? The Illuminati, the Edomites, they're more knowledgeable than everybody else. Then the Most High is gonna let his Illuminati be on the same level as everybody else? That's nonsense. You wouldn't even do that if you ran a business. So why would you think the Lord is gonna do it? Because how should I say? No, you're not about my father's business. This is a business at the end of the day.
That's right.
It's not. Brother used to say, it's not personal. It's just business. Take it up with the business owner. We just doing our job. Yeah, more.
Yep. Jeremiah 31, verse 36 says, if these ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahweh, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. And, going to those so-called laws of nature, if that can depart from Most High, then the Lord said, okay, then Israel will depart from me from being a nation, which he can't. The stuff on the earth, Esau still cannot figure out. He deals with it every single day. He got all the time, energy, and influence. He can't understand why, because the Lord's not doing it. Why is ice slippery when it's cold? Why is time always move forward? He doesn't have answers for this, but he'll give you some goes one to theory to fill those gaps. And it's like, bro, that shit don't make no sense.
Just lies. He'll just make
We'll
shit
just
up.
make shit up,
Like gravity.
And Jake will say, oh yeah, never look into it.
Well, the apple did fall from the tree, so gravity must be real. Okay, so what about when you're on a plane and you start free falling, you start floating?
Right.
Where's the gravity then? Did it disappear too? Like maybe the gravity disappeared like the chariot.
That's one of the clips that I seen in the video. He was like, okay, if gravity has such a strong pull, the stronger the bigger the mass, the stronger the gravity. He's like, explain why you can get a balloon, rub it against your pants, and he's like, put it near the ground. You're gonna see all these dust particles or paper or whatever start getting attracted to the balloon. He's like, I thought gravity was supposed to be holding that stuff down.
A grain of sand overcame gravity. Damn. And same thing when you remember, those machines at the fair that start spinning your ass. What happens? It creates an effect of gravity because your ass is stuck to the seat. But did the gravity change? No. Or maybe gravity don't exist.
Get slung 50 yards down the road.
That's what I'm saying. But how? You don't go swinging off that shit. That's the point. You get stuck to the seat.
Yeah, I think he said it was electricity is like 136 times stronger than
The gravity, what they say, yep. And then it has an opposite, which is the magnetism that he's going into, which it's all
pulls what it pushes out.
It's a pull, just like your lungs that he goes into. Just like the best thing, really, for what he's saying, the best thing to look at to see that is the water, right? Because water can go from a solid ice, liquid water, as we call it, and then it can also turn into a gas, right? It can evaporate air. You turn into, condensation. And then you can also see that what he's talking about, the waves, where you're gonna where can you easily replicate that in water? The shore comes up, the shore goes back down. And who created that? The Lord. So he's trying to figure all this. I mean, again, that's what I'm saying. Like he's onto something, but he don't understand that it's the Lord. He's missing the key component to truly understand it.
I'll read one more verse. Jeremiah, in that gravity shit it's a theory.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Albert Einstein.
an apple fell on a nigga head and he created gravity, bro. that day he said, "Yup, grab it." And guess what? Who was it? Isaac Newton, the Edomite.
Jeremiah 31 and verse 37, thus saith Yahweh, if heaven can be measured, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all they have done, saith the Lord.
That's why he spends trillions of dollars to go to space, trillions of dollars to try to search the depths of the ocean, and he still can't get there. And what happened last time he sent some people down there to go visit the Titanic? Well, they joined the Titanic. You saw, boy, he's stupid. But that's why he does these things, because he want to get rid of us. He said, shit, if I could just get to the bottom of the ocean, these niggas can be gone.
Yeah.
So that's how you know you know the scriptures. He's like, fuck it. We sending motherfuckers down there. And then we'll try again. Because who was it? A bunch of millionaires, right?
Yeah.
Billionaires?
Not anymore.
Not no more. Hey, I bet you their wives still. Yeah, they just became one of the richest women on earth. But go ahead. Anybody got anything else?
Yeah, I got something. This is the book of Colossians, chapter 1, verse 16. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him. And he is.
It's the FUBU.
Oh, yeah. In verse 17, and he is before all things, and by him all things consist.
Yeah, I was sorry, was before all things, bro. So that, and again, it's this realm, pretty much. You know, the scriptures talk about realms. Was it was spoken into existence. Like the Lord pretty much said, all right, I'm gonna make another dimension so people could go live in another body. That's crazy. And then I'm gonna have this whole story play out in that realm. And then at the end of that, y'all will return back to your first estate. Then you'll be able to go in and out of this realm as the chariots do. See, we're gonna get that ability. Not everybody will though. But we're gonna be on a higher level. You know, we just like the chariot can disappear, we're gonna be able to disappear from this realm. And what I mean by that is from the carnal physical eye. Because right now as we speak, there's angels right here, right now. But we can't see them. But if the Lord opened up our eye, to our brain, to be able to see that frequency, then you would see them and be bugged out most likely. You know? That's why people would see angels and be spooked. You know, because you open it up, and they call it schizophrenia. People still see that you do the right drug, and you will see the other shit you ain't supposed to be seeing, and that's why they get bugged out. They call them schizos. Crazy person.
Like Balaam's donkey.
Yep.
Ezekiel saw the principle of the faces, you know.
Most of the time, the men would fall flat on their faces when they seen that realm. Kind of. Exactly, at the fear, because you ain't never seen an angel like that. Imagine he just pop up, and he ain't disguised himself. You know what I mean? Because the angels clearly can disguise himself, and then just vanish like that, like in the book of Tobit. Just disappeared on him. After just being with him for all that journey, you finally, after the journey was over, he revealed himself and then just disappeared.
Yeah, and the Yahweh did the same thing.
Yeah. You have something?
Yep. Isaiah 44:8 in the NLT, it says, do not tremble, do not be afraid. Did I not proclaim my purpose for you long ago? You are my witnesses. Is there any other power? No, there is no other rock, not one. You got
the foundation, man. Yahweh, he's that rock. Upon this rock, I rest my head. Like Bob Marley said that. It was on the song, but even Jacob rested his head on the rock.
Yeah, big afro.
Yeah.
To lay your head on the rock, you gotta have a lot of hair.
That was a cushion.
Verse 9, NOT, Isaiah 44, verse 9. It says, how foolish are those who manufacture idols? These price objects are really worthless.
Right. You gotta pay for your guy. You gotta go to Walmart, the local Walmart, and buy them for 98 cents. Get a little can for them. But that's what's been fabricated. And now it's not just like idols back then. Now it's anything could be an idol now. You know, God, money is people's gods now. You know, hell, you might people worship other people. You know, that's my idol. Motherfucker, the whole room got the pictures of the person. I'm like, damn, this nigga's a bug out. This nigga actually worship the person. Goddamn, what the hell? And then at the beckoning, if that person would have come into their life, they would do anything they said. That's literally worshiping somebody, idolatry.
It says the people who worship idols don't know this, so they are all put to shame. Who but a fool would make his own God an idol that cannot help him one bit?
Right here it is, your house is catching on fire, and you screaming for his grease, so and that nigga just still smiling at you as the house is burning down, and you bought him. Damn.
Verse 11, it says, all who worship idols will be disgraced along with all these craftsmen, mere humans who claim they
Mere humans.
mere humans,
Mortals. I think it says in the King James, we mortals. Or something like that. Go ahead.
It says, who claims they can make a god.
And that's what Esau's saying. Hell, he's saying he is God. Not only is he making gods, he also says that he is God.
And even with the AI technologies, he's trying to make an AI god. Okay? This is what he's creating. He's trying to create, through his creation, he's making a god. He's making an idol.
And who knows what that really is, man? That AI shit. Actually, spirits be speaking to you and shit, you know? Spirits from the living inside. They give you advice.
Satan himself.
Yeah, Google. You ask Google for some advice. That's Satan giving you advice.
That's why they call it artificial.
Yeah. Well, that was what the original one is. Autonomous now. Yeah, the good one is autonomous, where it learns. Artificial is like playing Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Autonomous is where it learns by itself. That's why ChatGPT is better than Xbox. You know what I'm saying? The technology, artificial intelligence. It's autonomous now. Self-controlling, self-governed. That's why it can answer for itself. You know, and they showed this robot. They asked it what would happen with the robots, and they told it because it has autonomy. You know, oh yeah, we overtake you niggas. That's what the robot said. They didn't say it like that, but
That's heavy because that's in the movie
AI.
Upgrade.
Oh, okay. Kind of.
Yeah, Upgrade, and also even iRobot. You've seen that at the end of it, the AI took over. Okay, the robots, the technology, it took over, and that show you that ultimately it's gonna be the Lord.
Perfect example. That movie, iRobot, of artificial intelligence were the first robots. They just did what they were programmed to do. The newer robots were autonomous because they would be able to pick for themselves and do what they would. You know, what was his name?
They had
the ones that overthrew them.
the ability to make choices.
Exactly. Yeah. So that makes them autonomous. You know, instead of being artificial intelligence where it's just programmed or what'd you say? Algorithms just for do this. Autonomous.
They have reasoning.
Yeah, you gotta really fuck this shit.
Like self-aware.
Yeah, self-aware.
Yeah, it says they may all stand together, but they will stand in terror and shame. Yeah, and that's exactly what's going to happen when the Lord pretty much, attacks them when they're about to fill their belly, as the scripture says in Job the 20th chapter. They shall be in straits.
You're gonna have to give an answer.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to give an answer for all these works.
Yeah.
You know, all this so-called science, all this so-called knowledge you had, okay, well, produce an answer for this. When the one realm is fighting against another realm. That's why the scriptures tell you, let thy monthly procrastinators, let them deliver you. You know, see if they can get you out of this, all this witchcraft and science that you use to justify the things that are taking place on the earth. Well, now that there's angels and there's the Most High is returning and all these things are taking place, these plagues upon the earth, explain your way out of it. Give me an answer for this. Because now it's being required of you. You know, you said you had it all. You ruled the earth. Well, now give an answer for why these things are taking place. And they're not going to have an answer. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. There's no way they're going to be able to explain their way out of this, man. Nobody. They're not. That's why the Lord told them. He gave them an impossible task of reaching the ends of the
Exactly.
universe.
The
depths of the earth.
Yeah, you go ahead and try that. As you do it, you're gonna be getting it crushed like a soda can under the water.
Yep.
And then he goes to the waters, and then he tries to go to the other waters,
And he fell miserably.
and it's still down.
He had to resort to sending satellites and shit because he can't send humans.
Yeah.
You gotta send robotics out there to go flying throughout space, collecting data. Which a lot of it, when you get these images back with all these different lights, that shit's sound that they're hearing.
Yep.
That they're able to translate through their satellite, the technology on the satellites, into an image.
Mm-hmm.
This is the
That's
sound.
why it's never those NASA pictures. None of them are real.
Right.
Majority of them
It's
pictures
created
aren't
through
real.
the sound.
Yeah, like the Hubble telescope, James Hubble telescope, whatever. It's just a bunch
Hobbs.
of. It's not, you know, when they show you the galaxies, a bunch of different colors. No, the programs fill the colors in.
That's why
It doesn't look like that though.
There's actual. You can go on YouTube and look up the sounds of space, man. You go out there because they record it. Esau record sounds. That's why they used to have where it'd be like a They have
It's an antenna.
It's an antenna that's collecting. There's I forget exactly where. I think it's in California where it's just pointed in space 24/7, and there's people who work and it's recording the sounds that is
They can
receiving back
signals.
from space.
They say, "Oh, we received a signal." What is that? A sound. You know, who's in a nigga out there with a white flag?
That's why they send these satellites out there, and what that satellite is doing is just sending out pings,
And
like
bounce it
sonar.
back.
Which
So he is
sonar.
right.
Yeah, it's like sonar. That's all it is. It's just sending out pings.
How does a
and
bat
receiving
see?
that data back?
The same way a bat sees. Bats are blind,
Sonar.
Yeah, sonar.
which is what sound.
That sound is giving them an image.
Sound
of
waves.
What's ahead? Yeah.
You can't physically see it, but it's going out, and then it bounces back. So that's what that equal reaction to it. Every action has a reaction. Every positive has a negative. There's always some and that's the number one flaw in Esau's theory of the Big Bang. How can something come out of nothing? It's not possible. It never has been.
Then organizes itself.
Yeah, no, it's not even realistic.
Palace way.
Right.
What a happenstance that all these elements came together to form
Perfect.
to form beings and
Right.
form Earth, and
That's the equivalent of saying a book floated out of nowhere, just came into existence.
again Esau give you the probability of this actually happening again. It'd be very minuscule because there's the probability of this happening, bro. It had
It's
to
a
happen.
one-on-one.
There had to be
Yeah, it's a
something
one-on-one.
that took place that molded these things together. That's the longest debate in history.
We got Genesis 1 and 1. So it starts there, yeah.
That's what scientists like to debate is, well, you know, it had to be, you go into your own science, the probability of this actually taking place is very
Impossible.
is 0.0000.
It's not gonna happen, man. Yeah.
Explain that then. The probability of this happening, explain it then.
Why? He has a nerve to say it was millions of years ago.
Billions, brother, billions, if not trillions at this point. You know, he changed it every year, so at this point it might be up to trillions of years ago. Shit.
And, you know, ironically, that was the one part when I took the science classes when I was in college. The one part that I failed at was the carbon dating shit.
That is another lie. Another
I
lie.
could not, for the life of me, bro, I could not understand it. The half-life of carbon and how they used it to date things, and I was like,
Which, according to the
I
terrorists,
understand
it's all bullshit. It's just a changing of the state of the element. So this place is through, man. And the Lord's making it more and more exposed in these last days through random people themselves. You know, knowledge shall increase. Not only the Esau knowledge increase, but the knowledge of Yahweh Messiah is increasing, and the knowledge to expose the devil is increasing, man. The average day people got pointing out the devil now. Back 10, 5, 6, even before COVID, people and pointing the devil out like that. But you finish that?
Last couple verses. Isaiah 44 NLT, verse 18. It says, "Such stupidity and ignorance. Their eyes are closed and they cannot see. Their minds are shut."
Yeah, that's why scriptures, the Lord called his people Sodom's children, stupid people, bro. Because how long will you simple ones love simplicity? Here it is, the Lord has given them over to simple bullshit, simple lies, something that ain't even real, and they believe it. They put it as this is what it is.
Yeah, that show you how powerful the Lord is too. Showed you, because he said what? He would give you, for not receiving the love of the truth, he would give you strong delusions.
Right.
And he has Jake under those strong delusions. That's why the scripture said, give me any plague but the plague of the mind.
Right.
And not only Jake is under them strong delusions, but Esau ultimately, man.
Yeah,
That's
the
what-
seed and the deceiver is.
Yep. That's why he said, what? Thy pride has deceived thee, man. He had lifted you up in so much pride that you just stupid. But back in verse 18, Isaiah 44 and 18, such stupidity and ignorance, their eyes are closed and they cannot see, their minds are shut and they cannot think. The person who made the idol never stops to reflect why it's just a block of wood. I burn half of it for heat and I use it to bake my bread and roast my meat. How can the rest of it be a god? Should I bow down to worship a piece of wood?
Right. Here it is. You using this. You can't use a creator for something. The creator creates things to serve a purpose. You know, the creator can't be used like a throwaway, so to say. That's what he's saying. He's like, how am I going to worship the wood? And this thing can just be burnt up and then it just turns into ash.
Well,
Now what?
for
Am
you
I
to
supposed to worship the ash too?
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. Because for you to be a creator, you have to be outside of whatever you created.
That's what I'm saying.
So how can your creator be sitting next to you?
Right. The wood was created for a purpose. A vessel was created for a purpose. The creator created that vessel for its purpose. So why are you going to worship the things that were created? That's what the scripture is going into, that chapter. And you go into the letter of Jeremiah, he's going into that too. It's like, bro, what? Y'all worshiping things of the earth, things that were created.
Fashion.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish up.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Yeah, anybody got any?
Hey, so you got to understand, for those of you that may be coming into this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures, and what, the main idea of this is, you got to think outside the box when it comes into serving the Most High, because the way that society has been geared, the things that have been taught through the world is upside down. That's why the scriptures say the turning of things upside down. Esau has completely taken away what the true knowledge is and set up his own knowledge, and that's why the earth is in the state that it's in a state of confusion. Okay, even the earth is trying to correct itself, and people wondering why storms and all this shit's happening. What does your body do when it's trying to correct itself? It goes into a state of attack.
It usually expels things.
Exactly.
And that's what the earth is trying to do. But when you're sick, you might have diarrhea, you start sweating a lot, you might vomit, because your body's trying to get rid of what's wrong with you.
Pus starts to come out,
It's pushing you out. It's that pushing out force.
Right, and that's what happens too with people who get body piercings. If it's not put in right, the body will reject it. You'll start to see that shit come out.
Transplants too, kidney transplants.
Yeah. But hey, Lord's with us was edifying. We want to give all praise and glory. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth. We're diligently pushing out the truth and the truth and sincerity. That we say shalom.
Shalom.